Hi, my name's Daniel, and welcome to this week's edition of I couldn't fit these figures into their own video, so I'm just gonna put them all into a pile and review them all at once. But that didn't work as a name, so I converted it to From the Collection. As I said earlier, these are just some figures that I couldn't really talk about on their own, couldn't fit into a larger video, so I just kind of have them all here. Gonna talk about them kind of loosely. Yeah, just something quick to put out, something that I thought give some quick thoughts. I got some of these pretty recently. I got this Terminator guy on Black Friday. This is actually one of my first TMNT figures. I got this guy literally yesterday. I got this guy on, I think, Black Friday too. Yes? No? Yes? No? Yes? No? Maybe. But yeah, first, I want to talk about this Robo Punch Kenner. This Robo Punch Kenner Terminator. I know I forgot it. But yeah, I got this guy for about, I think $25-$30, new in box. I have the box here. We'll look at that moment. But, yeah, I just looked at it and I thought this would look really great with my turtles. And, he's a pretty fun-looking guy. I mean, if you want a good Terminator for, your retro collection, I don't know who's going to fit better than this. I don't know if it's going to come up on camera. Might not be able to. I'll have to just show a picture. But he also has these fun little light channels that makes his eyes glow. They look really nice, especially when you hit it at the right angle. Real fun. The sculpt work is really cool. It's intricate, but it's not too overly detailed, so it fits nicely with, your simpler retro stuff. I would pick this over just a smaller scale modern Terminator figure, personally. The silver here is really nice. I don't know if it deteriorates, because I feel like... I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there's some things that could be small smudges or chips in the paint, but I'm not sure if that was out of the box or that just happened. I've been careful with it, so it might just naturally deteriorate. I don't know. Moving into the box, we have this fun little render of Arnold up here with the Terminator. It's cute. You have the little signature Techno Punch Terminator with super smashing action from Terminator 2. For ages 4 and up, I guess. That's nice. On the side, the actual Toys R Us price tag is still there, selling for $5. God, that would have been such a steal. The Techno Punch Terminator with super smashing action. Although his human skin has been totally stripped away, Techno Punch Terminator is still ready for battle. With his red glowing eyes, he throws an awesome super punch and can demolish any foe. So then you can see some instructions. He has his wreckage accessory. He has a scope. His eyes glow when there's light overhead. Thanks for explaining that to me. You can see some of the other figures. I'm not really interested in too much of any of this. I don't know. Nothing really interesting. And the vehicle, which is the Mobile Assault Vehicle. Launches attack missile. How cute. Of course, by Kenner. This is a nice little box. It's cute. I like having it around, but I think if I bought more than one figure from this line, I would probably end up throwing that one away. It's not like TMNT where I feel like I want to keep all the boxes I get. It's cute. With those accessories, here we have the signature little wreckage accessory. Kind of okay. I mean, I guess they didn't want to have guns. I do wish that he had at least a sci-fi gun instead of just some piping that he holds and bashes someone over the head with. But, as far as a pipe accessory goes, this is about as good as it gets. And you have this visor accessory, which I have never put on his head, and I don't want to try because I feel like it's going to strip and chip the paint. It's just not worth it. It doesn't do anything. What does it matter? Okay, it's to no purpose. Getting into articulation, he has nothing at the head. His arms can go all the way around. He has a single joint in the shoulder, so it goes about 90 degrees forward and back. So, I guess if you want to break his arms, same obviously over here. You can actually see a little piston right there that turns with it. That's pretty cute. I don't have to do that. The Techno Punch feature is just a swivel here and these two wires, I think, or what makes it swing back into place. If you wanted, you probably could cut those. I'm not going to because I like them, but I mean, if you want to, you could probably do that, and that might free up the waist swivel. But I don't know for sure, so look for future. He has a swivel at the hip, goes all the way forward, about all the way back. No knee swivel, so I feel like they should be. I mean, it looks like it should be. I guess they'd have to change the sculpt of the back here. I guess for the arms, they also could have had a swivel outwards, but... No, yeah, they just could have had a swivel outwards. But I guess that maybe that's asking a little too much of a more vintage toy. I do think with this kind of posing, you can get, like, some fun poses done. As I said earlier, this does pair pretty nicely with your TMNT stuff. And with that, here he is next to some of your Playmates TMNT stuff, next to the Storage Shell Michelangelo and the Lieutenant Leo figure. I also got this guy new in box with him, I think on Black Friday too. These two make a really nice little fun pairing. You know, it's like a soldier. You kind of like after Judgment Day, Leo's fighting against him. Makes for some fun photos. And I think he's about just the perfect height for the turtles. I mean, you know, Terminators are obviously, as far as I know, they're pretty tall. The turtles are pretty short for people size, so I imagine like the average human would be like here. You know, I think it's nice. I think it works out really well. I love photographing them together. And then, for another TMNT comparison, here we have it next to your Fury Toy Spring, who's about the same height as your Playmates Turtles when crouching. And then here we have it next to the Next Mutation Venus. And these both scale pretty nicely. I do think that for your Fury Toy Spring, you'll probably just want a bit of a shorter scale, you know, modern figure with a little more detail. I think that'll fit in nicer, but you could get away with this. And your Next Mutation Turtles are going to fit great next to this just as well. I don't know if I'd say better, but, you know, they fit nicely. And then, finally, here we have it next to your Skeleton Warriors Oracula and your 9-to-5 Warriors Major Eraser. And I think it pairs nicely. I mean, obviously any toy pairs nicely with Major Eraser just inherently, but I kind of like how they look next to each other. They're fun. Oracula is maybe tall. I'm not sure. I mean, I guess if you expect these Skeleton Warriors to be like human skeletons, but I guess the average human doesn't have like 6 arms, so maybe we could suspend that for Oracula. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can get some fun photos out of it, but yeah, maybe the scale's a little bit out of whack. Overall, yeah, I really recommend this figure. It's just a fun little guy. He poses really nicely with your vintage stuff. He just looks nice in general. I mean, sometimes I like to just take him out on the road, not particularly doing anything with him. I just like to kind of gawk at him every now and then. He's just... The silver is really pleasing. So, yeah, I recommend you check him out. I don't think he's too expensive to find. I got him new in box for $35 at my local shop, I think. And I would imagine online you could probably find him for cheaper. So, yeah. Moving on, I'm going to talk about this Leonard Toys alien figure. Now, something that I didn't know when I bought this, but someone made me aware of, is that this figure is technically a custom. I don't think they ever sold their alien in black. They sold it in like every color that wasn't black. And I could see some paint chipping, especially around areas of articulation. So it looks like this figure was painted at some point, which I don't mind. It's just something I noticed. Getting closer to the figure, it doesn't have any accessories as far as I know. But, I mean, yeah, that black paint looks good. So, yeah, props to that guy. But the sculpt detail is really immaculate. I mean, it just captures, I mean, just about everything. I mean, I'm not really, like, a huge Alien fan, so I guess I don't know for sure, but this is really nice. For articulation, he has nothing at the head. He has swivel hinges at the arm. You can see some of the shipping there, for what it used to be. Nothing at the elbow, but he does have seemingly a bit of like a ball joint at the hand. Yeah, he's a bit of a ball joint at the hand. Same thing on the other side, of course. His tail has a swivel. It can't go all the way around. Let me move the arm. I think I just watched some paint fall. Oh my god. Yeah, the tail can go all the way around if you need it to. The legs are also on ball joints. Do the feet have anything? No, I don't think they do. Yeah, I don't think the feet have anything. But something I discovered just today, the diaphragm joint is... Here, let me move the tail. The diaphragm joint is, frankly, quite impressive. I mean, you know, for a pretty low articulation figure, that's quite a lot. With all this combined, I do really think that you probably could get some nice photos out of it. It doesn't twist. Oh, wait. No, it twists. It twists. But yeah. Oh, I just fucked the shoulders. Whatever. For some size comparisons, here we have it next to the Space Cadet Raph I bought him with, and I think that pairs really nicely. It's gonna look fun. I mean, TMNT already has like their Xenomorph-alike character, and then in the back we have it next to my G1 Shockwave. They also scale pretty nice. I think the Shockwave in general pairs really well with these like vintage figures, so I think this is gonna be real fun. You can probably get some good poses. I want to expand my G1 collection before I start really photographing them, but you might have more, and this is gonna work out really nicely. Maybe if you paint your own Xenomorph, you might want to do a cleaner job than this guy. For some other TMNT comparisons, here we have it next to the Next Mutation Venus again in the 1988 Raphael. I think it pairs better with the 88 in the general first series, I guess. Playmates TMNT Turtles. I think the Next Mutation Turtles are just a little bit too tall. It's kind of odd to see them like be on the same footing as the alien. But I mean, I guess you could make it work. It's just not what I would personally would do. I thought about getting the Kenner aliens also for the TMNT Turtles. I've been looking for an alien to pair with my turtles for a while now, specifically with Space Cadet Raph, because I just thought it'd be fun. I guess now I have that. I might still get some of the Kenner aliens, just like have that little like, they can maybe group it up on. I don't know. I could have some fun photos with it, and they're cool. Maybe it'll prompt me to watch more of the movies. So overall, I guess I don't know if I recommend him. I mean, I wouldn't have got him if he wasn't black, and he doesn't come in black. So if you're like a customizer, if you like painting your figures, I recommend picking up one of these guys and just painting them yourself. But if not, maybe the Kenner aliens would serve you a little bit better. Even though I don't think there was quite one that came in just black. I think they'll still look nice. They'll still fit in. This works. I mean, once I said, maybe I'll try to do a better paint job myself with this guy, but up to your discretion. Next up is a bit of a 2-for-1 special. Here we have the Playmates 1989 Fugitoid versus, I believe, the 2009 release, but sculpted sometime before that, Fugitoid figure, also by Playmates. This is inspired by the 2004 series, but it does work as like a Mirage Fugitoid if you want. And this is kind of just its own thing. To talk about this guy first, he doesn't have any articulation. He's basically a statue. I mean, he is a statue. As you can see, he's all chrome plated. I think you could see me, actually. Can you see me? I mean, maybe you could. But, yeah. The big dead giveaway that he's the 03 Turtles, that he has, not the turtle, 03 Fugitoids, that he has the green eyes. But other than that, I mean, yeah, the 03 design is pretty much the Mirage design from what I can tell. I do really love this. He's very cold to the touch, but he's quite light. So he feels like a pretty thin plastic. I wouldn't be too rough with him. And, I wouldn't even mess with him too much. I'm kind of worried about smudging the little chrome here. But yeah, not really much to say about him. He's a really cute little display. Oh, fuck. Sorry. He's a cute little display piece. We can do it later, but I think he scales pretty well with your 6 and 7 inch figures if you want to like put him in that kind of display. But yeah. And then moving into the 1989 Fugitoid, I think that this might be genuinely maybe the best Fugitoid figure ever released, including some of the more modern ones. And my reason for that being is that I just really love this design. I really love the gold, the blacks, the blues, and the reds. I think a lot of futuristic designs, even though I love chrome, I love it. I think it often gets a little caught up in being chrome, and this just has so much more personality to it. Now, he does have less articulation than the average Playmates TMNT figure. He just has a head swivel at the arms, and then swivel at the legs. That's not too bad. I do wish that he had like hand swivel at some point, especially because it's already in the sculpt. I think you really could have done it, but it's not too bad. And the cool thing about it is it could scale pretty damn well with your 6-7 inch figures. Fugitoid was always pretty small in my opinion, so this really does not bother me that he's this small. This also applies to this guy as well, but I usually talk about it in reference to him because he just has a little more posability. You can get some work done. Also, I forgot to mention, his chest, if I can get it to happen. Yeah, it actually kind of opens. I guess that's fun. You know, you can take some photos of them doing maintenance work on them. There's some nice detail in there. Yeah, they didn't really have to do that. I don't really know why they did it, but it's nice nonetheless. And I guess that transitions pretty nicely into the comparison section. So here we have them next to the Storage Shell Donatello, another contender, in my opinion, for one of the best individual releases from Playmates. And next to the 1988 Leonardo. I think either can honestly pair with either. I don't mind Fugitoid, like, conceptually being taller than the turtles. It's not what I immediately think of. But I guess if you jump over that hurdle, you can get this guy working. This 89 Fugitoid, I think pairs really nicely with either of them. I personally like to pose it with my Storage Shell Turtles because his expression is so blank and it really doesn't it's not open to exaggeration like other, organic characters are. So I just like to pair it with my Storage Shell Turtles because my Storage Shell Turtles are my main turtles and my Playmates photos. But, you always have your options. And then here it is next to your Fury Toys Autumn figure. And then, of course, the Next Mutation Venus once again. I don't know if I totally like these pairings. I don't think either of these are as technically complex to be next to the Fury Toys. And I think that the proportions of the Next Mutation Turtles just don't line up with these Fugitoids in a way that I like. I just don't really know if you wanted the Fugitoid to go with those figures, what you would do, but I guess you could technically kind of make it work with the Playmates one, but as I said, it's just bigger head, the proportions feel off. In short, I really like these figures. I definitely do recommend them. If you're like a fan of Donatello, if you're just a fan of Fugitoid himself, I recommend both of them. I do recommend the 89 Playmates figure over the 2009 release, just because I like the articulation's nice. You can get some poses out of him. I like the design more, frankly. I think it's more complex. And it just scales a little nicer across lines. But, this is always handy to have. Always a nice shelf piece. And then, for our last figure of the evening, we have the Core Class Skywarp. I got this guy a few days ago. I thought he looked fun. He looked like a fun little pocket figure. He doesn't have his little arm cannons. That didn't come with him. I hope that someone's using those for parts and with his permission. I really like this little guy. When it comes to Transformers collecting, I'm pretty new. But I think Core Class is a lot of fun to collect. I hope he's not blending in too much with the black background here. He has some great use of ball joints. His arms can go up to about yay. They go about all the way down. His elbows can hit a full 90. Go all the way out. His legs can go all the way out. Then his knees can bend 90 degrees. That's about it. I think he does actually. Well, I mean, as a part of the transformation, he has this. You could use that for something, I guess. But yeah, I really love the silver used on him. That's a lot of fun. It looks real pretty. I think the colors are really nice. The Decepticon sticker back here is pretty glossy. It's nice. I'm looking at the back of the figure. It's pretty good. It's not too muddled. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. Has all the tech detailings. I mean, yeah, he's a lot of fun to play with. Moving into the transformation, it's not too hard. Kind of have to move his arms down like this. First, I'm gonna pull these up. Actually, you kind of pull up this little piece, and then you fling this forward. You're able to flip these back as a part of transformation. You kind of clip his feet together here. You could flip these out. I think I normally flip that. I don't really know why they flip out. Do they flip them around? I think they do, but I just don't like to. Then you flip this around. Kind of do that. Clip everything together. Is this? Make sure the arms are fully down so you don't see them. And then, if everything's coming together correctly, you have a little plane. I think it's nice. I usually just kind of keep them around like this, just keep them displayed as a plane, pick them up every now and then, pose them around. You can get some fun, cute little poses out of them if you want. he's a great pocket figure. You just have him, you carry him around, and you pose him when you're bored. Maybe take some pictures. You know, you enjoy his company, which I always enjoy Skywarp's company. He's always a lot of fun. He's just maniacal, loves breaking shit. The underneath of the robot mode, I mean, yeah, you can see it, but I don't mind that. It's fine. I like that they have the little wheel here. That's pretty cute. That's a good detail. Overall, yeah, I really recommend this guy. I plan to start collecting New Age, so I don't know if that New Age like Starscream is gonna be so good that I'm going to want the Skywarp too. But I just think this guy's worth owning. I got him for pretty cheap, and I bet you probably could too. On eBay, I think you can get him new in box for like $10. So yeah, I mean, yeah, really just run out and get this guy. He's a lot of fun. My Transformers collection is in like its infancy, so I don't really have a lot to compare him to. Definitely nothing within like his scale, but I can just say up front, yeah, I recommend him. He's a lot of fun. I love his little simple transformation. I think in general I like simple transformations more than complex ones. But yeah. Now that will conclude today's episode of From the Collection. I think my favorite figures of the bunch I talked about were probably this Kenner Transformers and the Skywarp. I think they're really nice. These are probably the figures I'm going to have the most fun with. I'm probably going to use them the most. My Fugitoid, even though I love that figure, I haven't really gotten a lot of photographies out of him as late. Maybe I should change that, but these guys I always feel excited to pick up, and I hope to build out my Transformers collection in the future and review more of them. And maybe I'll get some more Terminator figures for those photos. But yeah, I thought about this as like a YouTube thing. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I don't know. According to like this graph, nobody is subscribed. Nobody. You can be the first. So get on that, I guess. Hopefully that's something. I hope it's not annoying to you. And yeah, have a good day. My name's Daniel. Bye.